be so interesting to see, like 20 years from now, like, what kind of art, like, emerged from, like, this.
I think there are going to be, like, a lot of really crazy movies. Like, people have written scripts during this, and, these movies are going to be, like, insane.
Yeah, there's going to be... No, you're so right. There's going to be so much wild stuff to come out of this, which is so cool.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that like, that's the circumstances, but...
Yeah, there are always silver linings.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is this thing on? Hey everybody, hope you're staying healthy. Today I have an incredibly talented artist and creative for Mirage Magazine, Olivia Gianettino. Olivia, how you doing?
I'm alright. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing very well. So why don't you just tell me a little bit about Mirage Magazine and what your role in it is?
So Mirage is a student organization. We put out a magazine every semester. We have a full team of graphic designers, photographers, writers, and people just sign up and write articles for us. We take photos, we do style stuff and art stuff and culture stuff. It's really cool. As far as my position goes, so me and the president, Casey Luttrick, we kind of work together to come up with a theme for every semester, and then we start to brainstorm ideas that we pitch to our writers, and so then they get to pitch their own ideas as well, and in that way we come up with a really cool body of work every semester.
Okay, cool. What are some of the favorite articles that you've done so far?
That's a good question. So last issue, the theme was Taboo, which was like our coolest issue yet. We have had, a girl has, Sydney Keener wrote about feminine, like aesthetics in male musicians. That was a really awesome piece. We wrote about like the cultural significance of drag queens in culture and like really recent pop culture. That was an awesome article. I'm trying to think of some more serious ones that we've done.
Didn't you guys do like a mullet exhibition?
Yeah, that was really fun. We ended up not writing anything with it, but our false issue, we did a mullet spread, and it was awesome. It was really cool because there's like a couple different aesthetics. Mm-hmm. We did a piece one of my first years about like maximalism in fashion, and that was a really awesome photo shoot. Yeah.
Where can people like get old issues of it, or is it possible?
Yeah, so what we do is we put it out on Issue is the website where you can go and look at it online.
Okay. So
that's kind of our primary like publisher.
Yeah. So you don't print as many?
No, we haven't found a really efficient way to print a lot yet without like spending a lot of money. Mm-hmm. That is something that we're working on though.
Why don't you tell me about some of your personal artwork? And I guess I'll first ask you, how would you describe your style of art?
If I had to like choose a word, I would just say it's like colorful. It's funny because I haven't been able to really develop an art style until really, really recently. Mm-hmm. Like there was just one night where I sat down and like listened to music and made this like really cool piece, and something like clicked in my brain. I don't know, it's been a really cool journey because I have considered myself an artist for like a really long time, but like just now I've kind of like gotten comfortable in my like flow. Mm-hmm.
What are some of the like music inspirations that you use?
That's a good question too. Whenever I make art, I listen to a lot of Amy Winehouse. I listen to the Cranberries. I listen to I love Casey Musgraves. She really inspires me whenever I'm making art. I like the Pixies and the Smashing Pumpkins. Honestly, anything that, like, draws a vivid picture.
Mm-hmm.
Like, lyrics. That, like, really helps me.
Who are some of the other artists that you look up to?
So, I've recently done, like, some research on Basquiat. He's kind of an artist that I draw a lot of inspiration from, or at least, like, I resonate with his art a lot. There are so many, like, that's the cool thing about, like, Instagram and stuff now, is that I just have access to, like, so many amazing artists. There's Sabrina Bosco's one that I really love, Alison Garcia. I'm trying to think of other names, but, like, I also really admire, like, there are so many local artists and, like, people who are my friends that really inspire me.
Mm-hmm.
Victoria Carvelli makes amazing art. Morgan Rinker makes amazing art. Alessandra Cava makes amazing art. And they're all from Morgantown. It's awesome.
How can people like kind of support local artists better?
Definitely, like, following them and just, like, boosting their art on, like, any social media platform, because, like, the more exposure you get, like, the easier it is for lots and lots of people to see it.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say, like, that's the absolute easiest thing you can do. And then buy people's art, like, when they sell it, buy people's original art, like, buy prints that people are making.
Yeah. It's interesting that we live in an age where that's, like, part of it. You can, like,
it is.
put a local artist on like that without having to, like, go to an art show.
It's really cool, though.
Mm-hmm,
it's awesome. It makes it easier to be an artist.
Yeah. What are some of your favorite pieces that you've done personally?
I did this one piece that we had, like, butcher paper for some reason, like the brown rolls of paper in my apartment.
Yeah.
And I like modeled this woman kind of after the Birth of Venus painting.
Okay, yeah.
And that is one of my, and I think they're, like, Casey Musgrave lyrics, like, stamped on the thing, and she's got, there's a sunflower and a arrow going through her side. That is one of my favorite pieces. In high school, in my senior year, I spent, like, months painting this ginormous crystal.
Mm-hmm.
In just all acrylic paint, and that is, like, one of my favorite things I've ever done.
Yeah. What about the, like, feminine figure, and I guess the feline figure as well, do you, like, draw on? Like, what about that is inspiring to you?
I don't know. It's weird because, like, whenever I'm making art, it doesn't feel like I'm putting any meaning behind it as I do it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I just, like, I see that, like, I get, like, symbols and, like, things that I get the urge to draw them.
Yeah.
I was definitely, like, it just depends on, like, what I'm thinking on and stuff, too. Because, like, I remember at the time, like, for some reason I was just, like, thinking a lot about, like, sacrifice and, like, all this, like, deep mumbo-jumbo.
Yeah.
But with, like, her and the arrow going through her side, like, I don't know.
Yeah. It's probably just, like, the thought is in the action. You know?
It is. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
It's interesting. That's probably the most genuine way to create anything is, like, thoughtless, just...
Which is why I think I've gotten so comfortable in, like, the things that I make, because, like, that's what it's become.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I don't really, like, stress over, like, a subject matter anymore.
Yeah.
I just kind of, like, start throwing stuff on a canvas or on a piece of cardboard, and it's like, also, like, I have to tell myself, like, it's so low stakes.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm not, like, I can, like, start making something and me hate it or it sucks, and, like, it doesn't matter, like,
Yeah. Did all that come from that recent epiphany, or was that kind of like
it really did, because like I said, like I have always made art, but it was never as easy for me to like come up with stuff. It's like when I was in high school, like my thing was painting crystals because it was just like an interesting subject matter.
Yeah.
I could like focus on it. I could like make it, I knew I could make it look good. But like, I don't know, like I just was stuck on that block because like I was trying to put all this meaning behind it, and I was trying to like, how can I represent blah, 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 but like, I didn't need to be doing that.
Yeah.
I didn't need to be stressing myself out like that.
Yeah. Do you think your art became better after you like let that go?
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. And it's interesting too, because I feel like I'd say like more people resonate with it too.
Yeah.
Which is like,
for sure.
So weird.
Yeah, it's always good because then if the meaning isn't forced, then people can draw their own meaning from it. And that's what art is all about, kind of.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah. So what is Sun Moon Apparel, and how did you get commissioned to paint their window?
So Sun Moon Apparel is, they're two girls from like Harrison County area. I believe they just started by selling like secondhand clothes online, like on Instagram, and then they got a brick and mortar store. And I knew Kate, who is the girl who started it. I knew her in high school.
Okay.
So I've done some different art things for her, and so then she asked me to paint her window, and I was very excited. That was a really fun project, and now like I get to drive through Bridgeport and see it. It's cool.
Do they design their own stuff now? Or is it all like secondhand?
I think it's mostly secondhand.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, recycled clothes, everybody. Speaking of that though, how did you get into like designing your own clothing?
So that was my like, when I was little, like that was my dream.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to be a fashion designer. And it's still like, obviously like I want to be able to, with Mirage, like I want to be able to like put together outfits. Like that's my favorite part of it.
Yeah.
I love clothes. And it's just something that stuck with me. And so then when I realized that like I could take my art and like also make it functional, like I can take two things that I really like and put them together, it was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Are you in school right now?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you study?
Journalism.
Okay, and so that's how you got in with like Mirage and stuff?
Yes, exactly. I started writing for them my freshman year, and then I think I'm all screwed up. My freshman year I started writing for them, and then second semester I got on to just like the executive board.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what my title was. And then at the end of my freshman year, the editor-in-chief steps down, and so I was the only one running, but I won.
Yeah. Landslide victory.
Yeah, it was really awesome. It was so exciting though. Like I wanted that position so bad.
Yeah.
And I love it. It's so much fun.
Is it hard to balance school with like being creative?
Sometimes it totally is. And it's even hard, yeah, like on all fronts. It's difficult for me sometimes to like make art just in general during school, but then like also doing the magazine during school is like it's like a full-time job.
How can people get involved with Mirage Magazine if they're students?
So you can follow us on Instagram.
Yeah. And
send us a message and just come join the squad. Like we take all writers. Like we'll take anyone or any creator for that matter. You don't have to be a writer. This semester is going to be very interesting because things are going to be a lot different with student organizations in general.
Yeah. Are you guys like allowed to meet as an entire group or no?
So this is something that I don't know is like I don't know if this is like public information, but
Canon.
I don't think so.
Oh, really?
I don't think that we're gonna be allowed to meet at all.
Wow.
Yeah, which is gonna suck. But regardless of like how student organizations will operate, we are still going to be making stuff. We might not be making our normal content.
Mm-hmm.
So last issue kind of got squashed on because we had to stop midway and everyone pack up and go home. So we didn't get a lot of our photo shoots and stuff done. So we kind of just released like a early version of Taboo. Yeah, kind of. And then our plan is to do like Taboo 2.0 this semester. Yeah. And then hopefully we're going to do some like zines, some miniature magazine kind of things.
Ooh, zines.
Yeah.
That's like the lingo of that's like the jargon.
And it's going to be fun still. It'll be cool, but it's just different.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
It is. It stinks. But
yeah. Are you going into your senior year or
junior year?
Junior year. Oh, okay, cool. So
yeah, so I still have time, which is awesome.
Yeah, hopefully by the spring you'll be able to do like...
I really hope so, because so right before anyone really knew that much about coronavirus, and we all got sent home literally like a week before we all had to leave, we put on a fashion show.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And it was awesome. Like, it went unbelievably well. Mm-hmm. And it was so exciting. So we want to put on another event like that. Yeah. Like, obviously.
For sure.
But we're hoping that that'll be possible.
That's kind of what it's all about at the end of the day. It's just like getting getting people involved.
It so is. And like, it was just a good time. Like, it was awesome to be able to like put something together like that for just a bunch of people to like enjoy and have fun at. Yeah,
well, were all the outfits like designed by members, or was it just kind of like...
So we featured 3 businesses. Mountain State Thrifts, who she writes for the magazine, but she also has her own like small business that she runs through Instagram.
Is she in school?
Yes.
Okay.
But she featured her clothes.
Yeah.
And so that was all just like secondhand clothing.
Yeah.
And then we also featured Ooh Baby, who was an artist out of Pittsburgh, and LaCorna Apparel, who is an artist based out of Bridgeport.
Okay.
And they both design their own clothes.
That's awesome.
So it was, and just the craziest stuff. There we had models walking down the runway, like holding canvases of their art, like it's such a different range of like styles. It was wild. It was really, really cool.
That's like a whole new step of like an art exhibition. That's like one extracted away. We've kind of talked about doing something like that maybe next. Is like instead of doing a fashion show, doing like some weird, huge, interactive art exhibit. If you want her work, check out her Instagram. Also check out Mirage Magazine's Instagram at MirageMagWVU. That's at MirageMagWVU. I'm Sam. This was Olivia, and y'all take it easy.